Hello, everyone. So, I hope everyone's well in this COVID-19 pandemic we're dealing with. And we're all wondering how we're going to get our students through their programs. So, my name is Guy Peifer. I'm a lieutenant with the Yonkers Fire Department. I'm on the Special Operations Division, but I'm also the core sponsor, program administrator, and we run CFR, first responder, EMT, and paramedic classes here in the Yonkers Fire Department. And like you guys, I'm sure, we're trying to figure out the best way to continue programs. Our state, if you're not in New York State, has kind of said, well, we don't want you getting together more than a few people at a time. They're figuring out a way to do practical skill exams in a modified version. So what we've done here is try to create our own world. And I'll start with the paramedic class, and it's kind of running the same way for our EMT and CFR program. We're not so bad as some programs are because we've had a hybrid model in our paramedic, EMT, and CFR programs for well over 10 years now, where much of our lecture content has been online. Our quizzes, our exams, many of our exams, most of the exams are proctored, but the quizzes are definitely online. And we've had online discussions and chat rooms for some time. What we are missing now very much is the discussion aspect of our program. We have a 15-month paramedic program that meets 2 times a week. Our mornings are brought together Tuesday and Thursday to discuss the topics the students went over online. And we spent a lot of time doing that, and it was difficult now that I like to walk the room and use my hands to talk. And it's, now we're trying to do a little more video-based learning to get those discussions together. And I think we're doing quite well. And thank goodness we've been using a product, and just as a disclaimer, I am not a paid actor. There's no compensation involved here, but we've been using the Jones and Bartlett Learning Program for many, many, many years, and even before it was called Navigate, which is what it is now. So we'll take a look at the Navigate program and how we've been doing things. And then we've incorporated Zoom, and we're looking to incorporate now a proctored exam, video-based web proctored exam program. So we're testing 2 or 3 of them now to see what's going to work out best for us, so we can give our exams, our module exams, and our end of semester exams securely, because that's still a big issue. And then we'll talk about how we're getting around the skills and the clinical aspect of our program. So to begin with, we are using Zoom, as many education programs are. My wife's a school teacher, so Zoom was a suggestion from her, and thank you for that. But looking at what we can do here, we have the capability with Zoom, if you haven't seen it yet, to share screens, and we've been using the same thing we've done in class to some degree. I'm not a big PowerPoint person, and I've gotten how to get used to in the last couple of weeks now using more PowerPoint than I have whiteboard writing and kind of play acting and simulation. But hopefully we can bring that back into the program. So just looking at Jones and Bartlett's Navigate program very quickly here, we have our first box here, the virtual classes box, which allows our students to link right to our virtual classroom. So we have pre-scheduled meetings. So Tuesday and Thursday mornings, they'll just click on this, click on the link, and they're logging into our virtual classroom, which they will see the screen. They'll have all their same resources we would have in the classroom, any videos we play. There's a whiteboard. I'm still learning how to use the whiteboard. But with the Jones and Bartlett we had before, just a quick look in case you've never seen the Jones and Bartlett program before, and I'm sure there's others out there. Like I said, I'm familiar with this one. They give them an ebook as well as an audio book, and also our students, of course, have a printed book and everything they need. The lecture is a video lecture, and I'll open it real quick just to take a look at here. And let me just see how we can, if I can share the computer sound with you. But I have students that will say it's Mr. and Mrs. Monotone when they talk, but it is, I think, a good concept.
Welcome to the pathophysiology
The
module.
students can go through at their own pace. And the reason I like the
The
hybrid
human
offering
body
we
is
have
made up
here, and
of
just
cells,
clicking
tissues,
through
and
some
organs that
chapters here.
function in a constantly changing microenvironment.
They'll they'll do the lecture, they'll hear it, they'll see it, they'll get to read as they go. The good thing is, if you haven't seen it, there are what I call speed bumps or knowledge checks throughout the lecture, and it's a short quiz at the end of the lecture that we require the students to get an 80 or better on after they have to redo the lecture. And then there's an ebook quiz that's already pre-designed from Jones and Bartlett. And whether you like publisher material or not, it's just a kind of a way to students to review the material. And then we have our own quiz that we can show you that is that we build online, and the student will have to, according to the syllabus, they'll log in and they'll go to their quizzes here. And as you can see, they got a bunch of quizzes they can look at, and they go in order along the way. Our exams are normally given in class, computer-based, but proctored in class. So we are going to do our exams now electronically, as we did before, just at home. And we're going to load up one of the programs that are available that do secure proctoring with the webcam and a microphone. And um, again, you can research those. There's quite a few out there. I think it'll work really well. There's some programs already using those. So within each box, we can open any box you want. The lecture they've had in there already, they can play their audiobook chapter. Slides, they can look at the PowerPoint slides that we'll use sometimes in class, or now we're using them more for the Zoom lectures. We do use the case studies quite a lot, and the skill drills are great. And then now the evaluation sheets for each skill, you can modify them. They come out of Word format, and I definitely recommend modifying to fit your program. No publisher-based program is turnkey automatically for your individual program, so you definitely want to individualize things. You can upload, you can save the PowerPoint to your PowerPoint. You don't have to use the publisher's PowerPoint. You can modify it. You can modify the test bank, etc. The other thing we've already done, and then just following along with the stay-at-home rule now, is we've always had online chats, so we can log into a chat room, and we'll have, of course, there's no one there now, but we'll have scheduled chat times. So besides our Tuesday, Thursday morning Zoom classroom face-to-face, where I can actually see everybody, it's kind of scary sometimes looking at them in their pajamas, but we'll have, at different points throughout the week, we'll have assigned chat room where we can have office hours via chat. So that has been something we've used for a number of years. And then we also have a discussion group that, like if you've done any online learning for any institution at all, there's discussions. So we'll post a question or a topic. We'll just look at this last question we posted here. So, we give them a lot of information to put in here, just treating the different patient presentations. And then they respond, and we ask the students to respond to the other students, of course. And then, of course, we meet at the end of this as a group, and we discuss the discussion chapter, and we go back and forth. So we're pretty interactive without being in the classroom. So the skill part, we spent 8 hours a week, every Tuesday afternoon and every Thursday afternoon, we spent doing skill practice, scenarios, simulation, lots of simulation. And that is a problem for us now, in that we can't bring the whole class in large groups. So we're looking to bring the students in small groups. We max our class out at 16. I know that that's small for some people. A lot of you guys run very, very large programs. We run a maximum class of 16. We run 4 pods of 4 in a pod. So what we're actually going to do is schedule our students to come in pods. So the 4 groups will pick a day of the week they're going to come in, and they'll come in for 4 hours each week, and they'll work in very, very small groups with just their other 3 group members there. And we'll do the simulation. We'll repeat the same simulation, the same topics throughout the week. It's the best I think we can do right now to keep the groups really small, or under 5 or 6 with the instructors. The loss to this is that if a topic comes up, a question from a student, the rest of the group won't get that. So we're actually considering recording each skill session and loading them online. We can put the videos in a cloud where students can view other skill sessions from the previous groups. So that's something we're talking about. And then how do we get around clinicals? Clinicals are, for us, a huge safety concern right now. All of our students are already in the field, and they are already being exposed to everything else that your students are being exposed to, and we're trying to minimize the exposure. So we've paused clinicals right now. What we are going to do is allow students to obtain individual skill competencies while they are working. And we're trying to figure out the avenue to make that happen. And I think we're just waiting for some regional and some state approval on that. But if we allow the students to do that while they're working, if they're working with a certified preceptor or approved preceptor for the program or a field training officer, they'll receive credit for the competency. We will still have to address the team leads. We require our students in the capstone to do 50 team leads. And for us, it shouldn't be a problem. We're a ways away yet. I know some programs were nearing the end of their semester. With our program being a 15-month program, we're just a little over the halfway mark. So hopefully by the time we're ready to do our capstone, they will be COVID-free, we hope. So that's it in a nutshell for us. We are trying to think out of the box as you guys are. It would be great if we had a forum we could all post on. I do have a paramedic school Facebook page that if you want to reach me there or you want to post something for paramedic students that would be a help for them or ideas for learning, I think it'd be great. But for now, we're using the Navigate platform as we always have. We're moving our discussions from Classroom to Zoom. And again, I'm not promoting Zoom. There's lots of other WebEx or something out there, GoToMeeting. It's just I had a little bit of help using Zoom and creating Zoom and how to make classrooms with Zoom. And there are lots of videos out there, but it was good having somebody at home that can help me with that. But if you need any help or any questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. My email is Guy, Guy, dot Peifer, Peifer, at YonkersNY.gov. Love to hear from you guys. Any ideas of what you guys are doing? Anything we can do differently or better? I know our students are anxious to get back to the classroom, believe it or not, and they really, really want to do clinicals, and so we're holding them back on that and hoping to get them back into small groups to do their simulations and skills that they definitely need to practice on. And you guys all know, being instructors and evaluators, that the longer we go without someone doing something, they kind of lose that edge. So we definitely want to bring them back in, and we have to do the small groups. And like I say, the Navigate platform has worked for us. I have to say that the support from Jones and Bartlett has been awesome. I actually reached out to them today to see if they could find a way to insert a proctored program in there. They're looking into it. I don't know what the time frame on that'll be. But any questions with Jones and Bartlett, that reach out to them. They're great people. I've worked with them for a very, very long time now, and they've always been very receptive. And just to show you a couple of things real quick, group emails, you can email right from here, as pretty easy. So it goes into the class as a record. You can check the log on the students. If you're using FISDAP, which I'm sure you are, FISDAP links right from Jones and Bartlett. And if you're going to use the FISDAP exams, they have to be proctored. So that's one of the reasons why we're looking at in addition to our module exams, the proctored web-based testing. So to all of you guys, good luck, stay healthy, and have fun teaching your classes in an alternative method than most of us are used to. That being said, have a great day.